Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel, and it's day 1462 of our daily content grind, and it is officially 4 years of doing this every single day. So, for those who might have joined up here in the last year or two and didn't get the origin story of why I'm doing all of this, so quick rundown, as quick as I can. I had a span of years where I would come back, do a few videos a month just to kind of like meet the minimum requirement to get a check from YouTube that month, and then kind of fade off again for months at a time. So I would come back, do 1 or 2 videos a week, and then take like 6 months off. That was a period where my grandmother's health got really bad, and like depression really sunk in on a lot of things. But once I got through that, and once I was like in my right headspace again, I kind of looked at the channel. I looked at the people sticking around on the Patreon and thought, I am not doing anything that is worth the support they are still showing me. So I guess I just kind of like finally like got it into my system enough to where I looked at this and I went, okay, I am going to push this one last time. I'm going to push this one last time, and if I go away again, if I just inexplicably stop making videos again, I just vanish on you for months, don't expect to see TJOmega anymore. I'm just going to wrap it up. I don't know if that can apply anymore. So the week I made that decision is a week where I thought to myself, well, how many video ideas do I have in me right now? And let's just do a handful of them and just see how the audience reacts to me suddenly doing a video a day for like a solid week. Let me just sit down and do 7 videos back to back right now. That's basically what I did. And the response was really, really good. It was encouraging, to the point where I'm like, okay, let's keep it going. Let's see how long this lasts. It's been 4 years. As of today, it's been 4 years. I have no idea how I've been doing this so long. I did an interview with Caleb Hiles, another, he's a music YouTuber, if you don't know him. And when I told him the numbers, I think it was in the 800s or like just over 1,000 at the time. I can't remember the exact number, but he just laughed and asked, and just told me like, I don't know how you're alive. And like, I don't either. But here we are, 1,462 videos in a row. And the scary thing about that is it doesn't even include Toy-Sember or the occasional other mini video I did or a YouTube short or whatever. There is probably, like, in the last 4 years, there have been over 1,500 uploads. There have been over 1,500 videos. It's been just a little bit nuts. So I thought today would just be a day for reflection, just to kind of like look back on how the last year went. We do this like pretty much every year on the anniversary of the daily streams, and just kind of get an idea of like what we were doing and what is going on now. So if we look back, like starting all the way back, scary to think that trigger video was a year ago. I'm shocked people watch 20 more side swipes. It's literally based on a joke they made on a live stream, and people seem to really like that one. Let's see. Oh yeah, me at TwitchCon, which was an adventure, and yeah, getting to meet Iron Mouse. Fun part, she knew about the Magnetar VTuber model before any of you did, because I got to show her at TwitchCon, and she went nuts for it. Made me super happy. See, we're talking about the new Titan class a year ago. The San Diego trip as well. God. I have a pair of friends who got together as a couple just before I met them. They're 2 from D&D, from Scheduled Conflicts. They got together just before that trip, and like that ended up being like that trip to the San Diego Zoo ended up being their first date, which was kind of amazing. It was adorable, and they're still together, and I'm super happy for them. Power Ranger auctions. God, I didn't realize that was 10 months ago. I am disappointed I didn't get anything from there, but then again, it would have taken thousands of dollars to get anything from there. I wanted Flit. I wanted Flit from Jungle Fury because it's the same prop, or at least copied from the prop of Bai from Geki Ranger. And I love the idea of just having like the full character in like a small enough size I could just display him on a shelf somewhere. That was what got to me. That's what I loved. See, we do a lot of videos based on current news these days. If a big enough story pops up, or if something kind of inspires what-if scenarios, I kind of liked to do that. So we talked about what anime they could do collabs with. We talked about John Warden being fired. He has picked up new work. I can't remember what toy company he's with now, but he is with another toy company, which is great to hear. Let's see. We talked about the budget crunch of 2012, which we're about to talk about another price increase, by the way. That'll be on the news roundup. Oh man, Earthspark episode reviews. I'm kind of happy we're going into Zets, and people seem to respond well to the Zets video, because we're probably going to be doing that every single Sunday. I will be honest, when you have to come up with 7 videos a week, it does help to have something brand new that's like super hot that you can just run a reaction or a quick review to. So it helps. It helps. It like gives my brain a break when I can just kind of sit back and go, okay, now we're doing this on Sunday. I don't have to think about what to do. I will admit, this is the year we kind of started fumbling a little bit. I'm surprised we got to almost 4 years before this started happening. This is the first time I actually repeated a video during the content streak. It was looking up Armada names in other languages. I accidentally did it twice, and I searched high and low on my channel. I searched Armada, I searched languages, I searched the terms that should bring it up, and I didn't see it come up. That's the fun thing about YouTube sometimes. Every now and then it kind of goofs on me. There's another video I almost doubled up again. I almost doubled it up again because, what was it? I almost did another response of, like, prototype prices on eBay. I did one like 3 months ago. A year ago we were still into the weekly top 10s for, weekly top 10 for best toys of the year. I'm not doing worst toys of the year because a lot of those videos would be exactly the same, but in the reverse order. Because there's only like, some years only like 12 toys came out. Talking about Dead Transformers was fun. People liked that one. Yeah, see, like current stuff, like talking like the reveals of new things always tend to do really well because everyone wants opinions and looks at it. So that always did really well. So we might, like, if topical stuff comes up, you might see the news roundup kind of like relegated to like smaller news topics and stuff that's worth mentioning again. But I might be doing more videos based on like current Transformer news the day of actual like reveal. You know, like when it's a big deal thing. Secret Level Mega Man came out. Yeah, we talked about that. The career of Gary Chalk. We did that after his cancer diagnosis came up. From what I heard, he's doing fine. He's like making a good recovery. That was cool. That was not as cool, but I'm thinking like the next I'm going to talk about. But it was cool to hear that he is doing okay. I like that. I liked his manager gave me a shout out too. That was fun. Oh yeah. Getting to review a gaming chair, that was a fun challenge. I don't know why DX Racer, like a big name in computer brands, decided to try and get me to review their chair. I didn't do well as far as like my personal video goes, but the chair's holding up well. Like, it's been 8 months. Like, the upholstery hasn't worn out or anything. The arms aren't broken. That's longer than some of my chairs have gone while having those issues. Let's see. We did the Sonic movie reviews. That movie's still so good. This is all still in December. Which, by the way, we're probably doing another Toy December, but I'm going to do it the smart way. We're going to discuss it before November. Like I'm going to start making videos like next month. Once we get into October, I'm going to start making videos for Toy December. So by the time December rolls around, I'm not like doubling up my workload. It's all just ready to go. And if you're on my Patreon, you're probably going to get to see all of them right away. See, I can't remember how many of the 2025 plans we've actually done. We'll get that was the first official announcement for Magnetar. I'd done teasers before, but that was like the first, like, I'm showing you what is coming. And I was super excited for that. That we're gonna do a whole other video because Magnetar is coming up on 6 months. I believe that was on the 14th. I'm not going to do it right away because we've got other things that we're going to be covering this week, but and I don't want to double up with like this. I don't want to double up on anniversary stuff, but I want to take a look back at how like my VTuber journey has gone because that's an important one. Oh wait, look, we're talking about the leak for 2025 collabs, and we just found out what the He-Man toys were not long ago. Oh, the debates. The debate videos have actually been like a sleeper hit on the channel. Like I really need to come up with other good ones because that's a thing I would like to do like every other week. You know, like every 2 weeks I'd like to do another debate. Repaint, retool, and retire. That's another one that I would really like to do. And they keep going back and reusing certain figures from other lines, so I feel like I can almost do that with like Titan's Return as well. So I normally like this feels like a one a year, but I could go back and look at a few others. I'm light on top 10s ever since the top 10s of the deck of every year. Ever since that dried up, I've been low on top 10s. I will admit I'm terrible at coming up with topics for them. Let's see, the original Gen 1 bios was fun to do because they're so weird. Every G1 Seeker and Transformers took half an hour to do, which is hysterical to me. This was the year I finally did the Kiss players. It had to come up eventually, right? There was no avoiding it. Remembering Human Alliance. I need to come up with other like random Transformer lines that we haven't talked about in a long time. Those are fun to look back on as well. Oh, we talked about the Playmates Power Rangers stuff. And I was accusational. Like, oh, they're off to a rough start. They don't look good. And I will admit, a little bit reactionary. But having them now, like, they've got merits to them. They've got some merits to them. Every one of them comes with, well, for the price you're paying. But I've got the Megazord now, and I keep I keep wanting to make a video for the Megazord. Because the Megazord is actually not bad. What else we got here? Let's see. Current event stuff did good. There's where I was away on vacation. You just had to watch me talk about the old Devastator piece by piece. Oh, man. TFCon LA was an amazing experience. I would love to do it again next year. I don't know if it is in the cards. I genuinely don't know how things are going to shake out over the next 5 months or so. I'm going to make it back if I can. If I can make it back, I will. But nothing is set in stone at the moment. But no, it was a blast to go. To get to meet everybody, to get to meet so many VAs, to make some connections that I've never made before. To be reunited with my WTF cohorts that, I had not been in the same room with for like 15 years. That was incredible. That was fantastic. Like to think about it, like it'd been that long since we'd last seen each other, and then me and Aaron end up like doing Disneyland together. No, it was a great time. Great time. Yep, there's Power Rangers Might Not Be Dead Just Yet, which is still an ongoing thing because we keep hearing about series that are coming up. There's that one weird thing that they keep showing costumes for, and like at first the costumes look really good, and now they look really bad. Now I don't know what to think anymore. Yeah, there's craziest week for toy store life. God, even as I record this, I had to deal with my very first Karen at the toy shop. Normally my only Karen happened at the mall location, but this is the first time I literally had someone just like really, really offended in the store for reasons entirely invented in their head. Crazy, isn't retail fun? 2026 toy lines leaked. This was 5 months ago. I'm actually kind of surprised. We had leaks of a new Soundwave that still has not surfaced. We had leaks of a new Sideways from Armada that still has not surfaced. I'm genuinely kind of shocked that we have not seen hide nor hair of those toys yet. Usually 5 months on is enough time. Usually enough time. What else was good? What else was good? Yeah, talking the Skybound comics have been good this year. They've been fun to do. Had a little bit of contention with my opinion about the finale. I'm sorry, I'm gonna hold to that opinion. I'm really surprised at how the news roundups have been performed. Like news roundup 10 is now like one of my most, usually my most viewed video of the week now. And like you realize you're getting old news from me, right? You realize you're getting old news from me. See, 4 months out, Omega Prime. Yeah, I still need to get in touch with Hasbro about mine. I didn't hear back about if I was in line for one of the replacements or not. But, here's what I don't like. Like, the Hasbro Omega Prime release is a disaster. That got a lot of views. My channel admittedly doesn't get a whole lot of views for as much content as I push out there. That is something I have to figure out how to work on for the next year's worth of content. Is just like how to reach more people, how to get more viewership. Because I will admit, numbers are stagnant and they need to grow. My goal is to get a play button before I'm satisfied with this channel. So, I don't know. Maybe my word of mouth's just not great. I don't know. But people tuned in for the Omega Prime release, which I think is just drama clicks, and I don't like getting drama clicks. But sometimes, you gotta do a hot take. Sometimes you gotta just put it out there, negative or not. Yeah, I have fun opening the old toys too. I do have a collection of toys that have been sealed, and I have an idea for them, but that's for later. That's for later. Yeah, this is the one I almost doubled up on. Transformer Prototypes on eBay, 2025 edition. Almost did it again. Genuinely almost did it again. Completely by accident. We talked about crossovers with the Power Ranger toys. More leaks also. Like always, talking leaks always gets hits and views. That's always surefire. And speculative. I love doing speculative videos of like, well, what are they going to do with this toy? What is this remold going to be? That's always fun for me. So we did a bunch of that as well. So is there anything else I can point out? Yeah, yeah, and then Michael Bay returning to the brand. Jeez. It's been a busy year. Now we have Kamen Rider Zets. I know a lot of people were talking about like Tokusatsu. Well, I do want to put Tokusatsu back on the menu. And Zets and doing the reviews of the episodes every Sunday, that's going to be how we do that. But yeah, I will fully admit, I'm kind of getting by on like reactionary stuff, and like I'm not coming up with as many weird ideas anymore. Just opportunities I have, like we found out what the original pitch of the original Transformers cartoon was, so happy to do that. One of the most recent videos was talking about my buddy's prototype collection that he just went off on. Things like the worst BotCon ever, which was inspired by me getting a lucky purchase last time I was in Orlando. And yeah, things like that. We do reactionary stuff and things I just have the opportunity to do on the spot. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This one thing I tell people when it comes to being a content creator, you're always changing and evolving. Like everything you do is in reactionary to what you did yesterday. So you're always looking for the next thing to do. And the important thing is you don't stop trying to find that new thing. You still have that drive to do something new, to keep it fresh, to look at your own stuff and go, I'm not satisfied. That's vital. Because if you lose that instinct, if you become satisfied with what you're doing, you're not growing as an artist anymore. So while, yeah, it's kind of a bummer to realize you're not happy with what you're doing, the drive to be happy with what you're doing is what makes you improve. It's what makes you grow as a creator. And I stress that so much. And that's something that I'm still finding myself, like we're still trying out different formats. We're trying out different vibes. We're going more into you'll notice this year I had a lot more Power Ranger talk. So can I move a little bit into Power Rangers? Because other stuff I try to move into does not get reactions at all. So it's a little bit rough sometimes, but I am happy with this overall. I am happy with how the last year has gone, and it's a weird sense of pride, that I can tell somebody the exact number, 1,462 videos in a row. There is something of a sense of accomplishment to that, but it's not enough, My subscribership is not in the 6 digits. It is not making me enough ad revenue to live off of all by itself. There is work to be done. There is growth to be had. I just need to find out how to get that growth to happen. That's the puzzle. That is the puzzle that I am still trying to solve. But I ain't going to stop. No reason to stop now. So that's pretty much it. I think anything beyond that is just things that I've repeated in the past. I know I need to update the overlay. I need to update my intro, my title cards, my thumbnails. We've been going too long with the same stuff. But I've been going too long on this video. So rather than repeat myself, I will say thank you so much for the support for last year. Thank you for the last 4 years of support. You are the reason I can keep doing this. So thank you, everyone. I will see you next time.
Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.